I am coming to you from a new location today. We have finally moved in to our new house. This has taken 8 months. It's been 8 months in the making since we put our old house on the market. So it's been a long time coming, and I'm really excited we're now in. It means I can start to show you some of the decorating process. Now, don't worry, the fashion content isn't going anywhere. These videos are just going to be in addition to my regular content, a bonus video, hopefully once a week. Once I get going with them, showing you the updates we're making to our house. I thought it was quite a nice thing to do because our house is kind of a blank canvas at the moment. It is all off-white walls and kind of plain. There's no kind of interesting features. There's no period features. As much as I would love a house like that one day, it isn't what we have at the moment. So I thought it would be a good way to show you. So many of the renovation channels I watch and the decorating channels have these, amazing Victorian houses with loads of like cornicing and fireplaces and stuff. And I thought it'd be interesting to do a series on here where I show you how you can add personality and character and beauty to a house that is a little bit more pared back and simple, because that is where the majority of us are living. So yeah, hopefully you're going to enjoy this. Vlogging is not my forte, so I'm easing myself into it by doing a little bit of a sit down chat with you initially, but I will show you around the house as the videos progress, and I will update you on, you can help me make decisions on paint colours, furniture, all sorts of curtains I need to do as well. So there'll be lots of like fun decision making that hopefully you can also take part in if you wish. But yeah, if interiors decorating is not your jam, then don't worry, the fashion content will also be resuming very shortly as well. So I thought I would show you a few things that I've been collecting over the last 8 months while I've been waiting to move into this house. I have been pretty restrained and not really bought too much because I didn't, you never know if things are going to work out until pretty much the very last minute in the UK. So I didn't want to buy too much, but I have bought a couple of pieces here and there over the last few months that I thought I would show you initially. I thought these vlogs would also be a fun way to introduce you to some smaller brands. As much as possible when I'm decorating this house, I want to be promoting and using smaller independent brands wherever possible. I want to be focusing on natural fabrics and natural materials, woods, linens, marbles, things like that aren't going to wear and tear. I have had my fair share of MDF furniture and veneered furniture, and it has not lasted well. So I really want to take the time and do this slowly so that we can invest in kind of more premium pieces, but also I love a vintage piece of furniture as well. So there'll be lots of that. But yeah, I do want to highlight some smaller brands that I have found and I will be using throughout my home. So hopefully if you're on the market or you just like hearing about smaller brands, just like I do with fashion, I can also do that with interiors. So the first piece that I picked this up about a month ago when I was in despair. We were like still in the throes of trying to make the sale work, going through all of the paperwork, and it was just taking absolutely forever, and there was no end in sight even a month ago. So it feels pretty surreal to be sitting in here now. But when I was in that despair, I thought I would order something to cheer myself up. And I ordered this beautiful bolster cushion from a brand called, I have absolutely no idea how you pronounce the name of this brand. It's spelt YLSE. I believe they're a Swedish brand. I think it came from Sweden. And they make really gorgeous headboards. I'm not going to get one, but I would love one of their beautiful upholstered headboards. But they also make cushions. And I saw this one. They're one of a kind. They are made to order, and I saw this one in this really beautiful green floral pattern with the blue piping on the edges and fell in love. I originally bought this potentially for the bedroom. I like a bolster cushion on the bed, but actually I found, for the time being anyway, it looks really good on our velvet sofa. I think the colours complement the burnt orange of the sofa really well, so it's there at the moment. But yeah, that was my first kind of impulse purchase when I really, I just couldn't wait to move in and I really wanted to just buy something to cheer myself up a little. But I would really recommend that. Absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, I did have to pay import duties, taxes into the UK, which was a bit annoying. but I think it was worth it to buy something from a small brand. Now, another place you really shouldn't sleep on when it comes to homeware is Vinted. You guys know I love Vinted for clothing, but you can find some really great homeware on there. I've got a couple of bits, including these Cezanne plates. I have wanted these for ages, and I saw them randomly a couple of months ago pop up on my Vinted. It was a box of 4 for, I think it was £40. I think they're 110 on the Cezanne website. So I snapped them up instantly. I think they were uploaded for 2 minutes and then I bought them straight away. Unfortunately, the person who shipped them did a really bad job with the packaging, which was really frustrating. So they came in the box that they come in from Cezanne, and she just put that box in a black bin liner, like a really thin bin liner. And as soon as I opened the locker and saw the parcel, I just knew that at least one of the plates would be broken, because it was just so typical. So unfortunately, I've only got 3. I've got 3 of these really beautiful plates. It was a set of 4, which is really annoying, although Vinted did give me all of my money back because of that. So I did get them for free. So ups and downs, they were free, but I do only have 3. So I am tempted to buy another 4-pack from Cezanne. That way I'm going to have 7, and I actually want to do like a plate wall or a wall rack in the kitchen with plates on it. So I thought I could use the odd one, the 7th one, as a display plate, and then I've got a full set of 6, because I always feel like you need 6 plates if you're hosting, whereas they only ever come in packs of 4, and then you have to buy 2, and then you've got 8, which is almost too many. So in a way, it could be good if I end up buying another set of 4 and I have the 7 in total. But yeah, kind of annoying that one of them broke. What else do I have here? I've got a couple of things. Do you know, I bought these napkins. This is really random. I bought these from Zara Home in 2024 in Tenerife. And I've never used them because, I don't know, we actually didn't even have a dining table in our old house because we didn't really have the room for it. So I now finally can use them. I think they're Christmassy. I bought them in November and I think they were part of the Christmas range, but I just thought they were really pretty. They're green checked with little red hearts. And as much as I do love small brands, I do have to say I do love the odd bit of Zara Home. I think they do some really nice pieces. So yes, finally get to use those napkins that I bought a year and a half ago. And then I also bought this on Vinted. This is a vintage. This is a D&G Meakin, made in England, little like serving platter. I thought it just kind of looked a little bit Cezanne-esque, a little bit cottagey. I really liked it, and I thought I could use that as display more than anything as well in the kitchen on the plate rack. I really liked the scallop edging on it. I don't know if you can see, but yes, I got that, and that was like £5 or something. And then I also have this tray from Cezanne Home as well. I bought this a little while ago, really liked it. I think this is sold out now. And once we have a coffee table, this is the living room by the way, once we have a coffee table in here, this will definitely go on the coffee table with like a candle, some bits and bobs on as well. I like these catch-all trays, and this is really nice, high quality. It's wooden and then kind of this, I don't know, resin sort of thing, but it feels really, really high quality. So really liked that. Actually, the other thing I bought from Cezanne as well were those See New York pillows. If you remember my See New York video a little while ago, I bought those as part of the collection, and those, I think I'm planning to put those in our conservatory. I'm going to do a conservatory kind of makeover situation, probably going to paint it and obviously get some furniture, get a rug, and then I think I'm going to have those cushions in there. So that will be in a future video. And then the final piece I have to show you is actually not homeware related, but I did just get my Rouge order in, and it's just 2 pieces, so I thought I would show you now because I'm not going to do a whole video on it. They just released their new collection, their new spring collection, and I really like it. It's one of my favourite collections Rouge have ever done, and I saw this was actually in my wishlist video if you watched that a week or so ago. I saw this really, really cute set. It's like a little cami top with the scallop edging again in the blue floral. I love this pattern, I think it's so pretty. And then it comes with the matching cardigan. I will show you what this looks like on because I have already tried this on and it is adorable. It's even nicer than I thought it would be. I have a feeling these videos are going to be really long because I'm probably going to have a lot to say and a lot to talk you through. So they're going to be quite chatty. I hope that's okay. But I'm going to go into the kitchen now, show you a couple of other new bits we've got. We haven't really made too many big purchases yet because I'm just, as I said, I want to make sure things are right, and obviously we need to save for things and budget, but we have bought a couple of things for the kitchen, so I thought I'll take you in there and show you those now. This is the room I was just sat in with all my bits on the floor. We are thinking, we've just put our furniture in here for now. Obviously We are going to do lots to this room, but this is what we've got for now. We've got our sofas from the old house, and then we have been looking at paint. I've been ordering paint samples. To be honest, since we were in the old house, I couldn't wait. I've heard really good things about coat paints. Let me know if you've tried them, if you've used them, what you think, but I've heard really good reviews of the coverage, and they are kind of more environmentally friendly apparently as well. So I ordered some pinks because we want to go for like a very light plaster pink in the downstairs because it's open plan kitchen kind of living area. I think we're going to do all one colour. I'm leaning towards this one at the moment. This is Felt Cute by Coat. This one I ordered, this is way too like grey toned, almost lilac-y. And then this looked way lighter on the website. It's way too dark. I want something very light and airy and fresh. Just a little bit more, kind of have a little bit more personality than the plain off-white. I'm kind of adverse to off-white walls. I really love a little bit of colour, even if it is quite subtle, like this one. So I have ordered a few more samples from Claybrook. They did some really nice earthy pinks as well, some light pinks. So I'm going to wait for those to come before I make a final decision, but definitely I'm leaning towards this one. I think it's really peachy and warm, which is what I wanted. I don't want anything too cool. And then if we move into the kitchen, this space was fully done before we moved in. So we bought the house like this. We didn't choose any of the fittings or the colours or anything like that. Obviously it is grey cabinets. I wouldn't have gone for grey myself, but actually I quite like pink and grey together. So if we do run the pink throughout this whole downstairs, I think we can make it work with some really fun touches of colour through kind of appliances and accessories and styling, and also a lot of wood. So I want to bring a lot more warmth into this room. So for instance, I've already bought these stools. These were the first purchase we made, which I'm really pleased with. I did lots of research into to stools, and I found these on Furniture 123. They are solid oak, and they're in like a darker, it's like a walnut stain finish, and they're really, really substantial and high quality. They feel really well made, and they were only £150 each, which I think is pretty good for solid oak stools. So we bought those. We have also ordered a dining table. I'll talk to you about that in a second, which is obviously going to go where all of this junk and mess is at the moment. And then if I spin you round, we have the rest of the kitchen. So we have a really nice size kitchen now. We obviously have this kind of L shape here, and then we've got the oven. This is the fridge. And then we have this little kind of station here, which is going to be for coffee and drinks. All of these cupboards are where I'm putting plates and cups and everything like that, and serveware. And then I'm going to put a little cup rail here, you know, those little cup rails where you can put espresso cups and things. And obviously we've got our coffee machine there, which is perfect. And then spinning round, we have the sink. I really love that the sink is by the window. That was something that was really important to me when looking at houses. I wanted to be able to see the garden and have all of the light come in by the sink. And we're going to switch out this blind. This blind was here already. We're going to do a Roman blind on here, but we're going to do a different colour. I'm not actually sure, I haven't decided. I'm finding choosing curtains and blinds really difficult because they're also really expensive, so I don't want to get the choice wrong. So I might wait until we've painted to then see what would look best. One thing I forgot to show you, I also got these espresso cups from Suzanne. So these are going to go on my little rail that I mentioned. They come in a pack of 4 and they're all pink. So I thought they would look really cute in a light pink kitchen. And I want to display those. And then as I mentioned, I think on the wall to my right, which is just by the conservatory here, I want to have a little rack. I found one from, I think it's Rowan and Wren. Is it Rowan and Wren? I think so. Where you can like display plates and little bits and bobs, because I don't want as much. In our old kitchen we had open shelving, and as beautiful as open shelving is, it just, everything gets quite greasy and sticky, so you really have to keep on top of the cleaning. So I quite like that everything in here is put away, but I do want a little bit of display. In case you are wondering, Sam is very much enjoying the new house. There is lots more natural light in here, and he is Greek. So if you know anything about Greek dogs, they will always find the sun wherever they are. So he has been really enjoying hunting out the sunspots in this house and relaxing. which yeah, he's doing just now. So he's pretty happy too. Thought for the final bit of this video, I would show you the bedroom. Now my filming room, this is like gonna be my filming dressing room. It's an absolute state in there. We don't currently have a wardrobe, which is why all of the clothes are on the floor. So that will be in a separate video, but I will show you the bedroom just because this is a little bit more tidy, even though it's far from organized. So it's a really, really big space. Again, lots of natural light, big window. We currently have our bed on the floor because we did bring our bed, and then as we were about to set it up, it's in pieces here, we actually decided to get a new bed because this bed is slightly broken and it's also just not very good quality. It did as well for a few years. It was only from Dusk, and their beds are so cheap. It was about £200 for a king size bed, and it was really good for a few years, but we just wanted to upgrade to something slightly nicer. Now we have this lovely bedroom. So we have gone and ordered a bed from Next as well, actually, which is a really gorgeous rattan palmier shaped bed. It's really beautiful. It's coming later this week. So again, I will show you that in the next video. Sam's making himself, again, look, he's just found the sun. Exactly where it is. Yeah, well, I will show you that when it arrives and we unpack it and put it together, but that will go here. We probably also need new bedside tables because these aren't really going to match now because the bed is wood. So I might try and get some vintage ones and sell those so we don't have to spend any more money. My biggest job for today is measuring up all of the windows for curtains and blinds, because as you can see, we currently have these really attractive IKEA paper blinds on just for a temporary measure for some privacy, but we really need to get ordering curtains and blinds because yeah, I don't want to live with these for very long. They're not very nice. It's just, I need to make decisions on colours, patterns, fabrics, and it feels like quite a big commitment again because they're so expensive. So that's something I will do today. This is the other side of the room. So standing in the other corner by the window, we have all of this space here. We currently do have this chest of drawers. Again, I don't know if this will be staying here. Well, it won't be staying here, but it might be moving into another room. But I think we're going to do fitted wardrobes along this space. It just feels like it's calling out for it. It's got quite a good amount of space, a couple of meters across. And yeah, I just think it would be really good to have some more fitted wardrobes in this really big space. So I think, I mean, in an ideal world, we'd get a carpenter to do it, but I don't think we can afford that. So we'll probably do, if you've seen the IKEA Pax hack, where you use the IKEA Pax wardrobes and then you build out like a timber frame to make it look more bespoke and built in. So when I say we, that's more the royal we. I will be supervising that, but hopefully we'll be able to do that. And then we also have some space here, which we will probably put, again, I would quite like to get a vintage sort of thin, narrow, tall dresser as well. Chest of drawers there just to fill that space. If you're wondering why I'm doing all of this in this beautiful doe end dress, not the most practical for DIY, but I'm not really doing any DIY. More just measuring and planning, but yeah, I can't find any of my jeans at the moment. I could only find my dresses. I still haven't unpacked everything. So a beautiful doe end dress it is. It is also a really nice spring, pre-spring, light, sunny day. So I thought, why not whack out the spring dresses? This one is newish. It's from the doe end collection last spring, but I bought it more recently on Net-a-Porter and I just love the colours. It feels so appropriate for spring. So that's today's outfit of the day. I'm currently sat on the floor in the bedroom working because it's the only place that we can get signal at the moment because we don't have Wi-Fi. But I thought I would show you, I've got a few wallpaper samples here that have just arrived. I've been collating wallpaper samples because I definitely want to wallpaper at least one room. I haven't quite decided on the room. I think it's going to be the bedroom, which is the room we're in now. But I wanted to just grab a few different wallpaper samples from different brands just so I have them. So when I'm like planning and mood boarding, I can pull these out. And see how they go with like the paint and things. So the first brand that I discovered that I ordered 3 samples from is the brand called Common Room. I saw this wallpaper. I've seen this a few times on various interior design accounts that I follow. Love it. Probably wouldn't do it in a bedroom. I think it does look really good in a bathroom, but I went onto their website and they have some really beautiful wallpapers. So I ordered this one. This was the one that kind of caught my eye the most. This is by William Kilburn. It's called Old Oak in the sky blue. I don't know if you're going to be able to see because there you go, the sun. It's a really pretty, kind of quite simple wallpaper, almost like a striped design with these floral details, leaves, I guess, in the blue and the pink. And I thought the issue I'm going to have is I want to paint every room pink because it's just my favourite colour by far to use in interiors. I've got a couple of pinks. So I was thinking that could look good against some kind of pink, probably a slightly darker pink. This one is another one by Coat. This is called Piglet. And it is quite similar to the colour we had in our old bedroom where I used to film. Like more of like a dried plaster pink, so slightly darker. So I thought those two looked really pretty together. So that's one option. I'm thinking of doing wallpaper and some paneling in the bedroom, maybe some tongue and groove paneling. Haven't quite decided. These are just ideas I'm floating around for now, but that was my idea, to have sort of the paneling painted maybe in this colour with a wallpaper like this. The other wallpapers I got from Common Room, I got the same wallpaper in the green version, which I do like, but I prefer the blue, definitely. And then I also got, this is a bit of a rogue one, I got this one, which is, oh, I can't pronounce it, but it's this really cool design. It is it's a little bit more quirky. It is very beautiful and interesting, and it could look great in maybe in a kid's room or something, but I thought it was maybe a bit childish for like an adult's bedroom, but I do think it's really fun. And then the other brand, I saw this picture on Pinterest, and this is a little bit too country for me, but I did really like it as inspiration. And actually I followed this interior designer after I saw this picture because I just really liked it, and I loved the wallpaper. I was like, oh, that's exactly the kind of small floral I've been looking for and struggling to find. And I tried to search for it for a while, tried to reverse image search it and couldn't quite find it. And then I was looking at it, I took a second look at it, and I realised it looked very much like the Antoinette Poisson collaboration that they did with Cézanne last year. It looked really similar to the florals from that collection. And I had a look, and I knew Antoinette Poisson did wallpaper. Had a look on their website, and lo and behold, it was an Antoinette Poisson wallpaper. So I ordered it. I love it. I think it's definitely not going to be to everyone's taste. It is quite, I'm not going to say grandma, but quite, you know, it's a floral. But I love these kind of French inspired or French wallpapers. So I got a few from Antoinette Poisson. So I got this one, which was the one I originally saw in my inspiration image, which I do love. I love that it's like a subtle stripe with the floral as well. I like the mix of the two. That one is, what's the name of that? Boitonniere Multicolour. Then I got this one, Petit Indien. This one is a little bit more pared back, a little bit more kind of classic floral. I do really like this one. The only thing I will say about this one is the flowers are pink, but they kind of, because they've got a black outline, I feel like they kind of appear purple. And I don't love purple. It's one of the colours I'm not as keen on. So I probably wouldn't go for that one for that reason. And then this one I think might be my favourite. This one is, I'm not going to pronounce it, but it's really pretty. I don't even know what these are. I don't know, some kind of fruit. But I just think, again, it's got the mix of kind of the background design with the little lines, horizontal lines, and then the florally fruity pattern. And I thought, again, that one could look really good with some kind of pink, because it's got little bits of pink in these fruits. I was actually thinking the lighter pink, which I don't know where I've put it now. This one from downstairs. Again, I don't want to use pink in every room, so I may go a totally different direction in the end, but I was just kind of playing around. Actually, I think it looks better with the darker pink. Where have I put that? This one. This one. Maybe, I'm not sure, but those were the wallpapers that I've got so far. If you have any other wallpaper brand recommendations for me, let me know, because I've never used wallpaper before, so I don't really know that many brands, but these were the two brands that I really liked the look of so far. I've been building up my Pinterest boards and my mood boards. So I will show you a few of my inspiration images. I don't quite have mood boards for every room yet. The rooms we're going to focus on first are the kitchen, the living room, and the bedroom. And yeah, but I will show you some inspiration images that I have just for the kind of vibe that I like, the kind of interior design style that I like, not necessarily exact colours or layouts, but more just, you know, the mood that I'm trying to create with these rooms. So for the bedroom, again, that image with the Antoinette Poisson wallpaper, that was one of the first ones I saved, but I have some more like simple just painted rooms that I really like the look of as well, so I may just go down that route. I also really like the idea, because we're doing a wooden headboard rather than an upholstered one. I've seen a few images where they have a curtain behind the headboard as kind of like a makeshift or a faux canopy, and I haven't broached this idea with Liam yet, but I really like the idea of having a curtain behind the headboard to soften the wooden headboard and add some texture as well. So that's an idea I have, probably just like a plain cream light kind of ecru, a bit like this inspiration image here. So that's something I'm thinking about as well. So I've got lots of ideas I'm playing around with, but again, we're not gonna rush into anything. But at some point, this is more of an ideas and introduction vlog. At some point there will be vlogs on if we do paneling, how we're doing that, DIY paneling, wallpapering, putting furniture together, painting, obviously. Hopefully some of that will happen fairly quickly. And then the kitchen, as I mentioned, I think we're gonna go with that light pink plaster across the living room and the kitchen diner, and then bringing in real pops of colour and fun through textures, cushions, accessories, the blinds, lots of pops of burgundy. I feel like every room should have a pop of red in it, whether that's like a true red or a burgundy. I think that's a design theory, and I totally agree. Whenever I see a room a little bit like this that just has that pop of bright red, it looks so good, it looks right. So definitely things like burgundies and blues. I really like this one blind from a brand called Gutane, I think they're called. It's a Swedish brand. They do really pretty blinds, Roman blinds, and I like this one fabric they have, probably in the blue for the kitchen. So yeah, it's going to have that kind of soft colour palette, but still interesting and striking, and lots of different wood tones. I really like to mix wood tones as well and not just stick to one. So we've got the like dark walnut of the stools. The table is more of like a lighter mid tone wood. And then I'm going to have that wooden plate rack on the wall, which is more of like a true oak stain as well. And then for the living room, again, quite soft, quite delicate, quite airy. We have the light pink walls probably, and then lots of antique-y wood furniture, I think, in the alcoves. Some big art I want on the walls as well. Maybe like an upholstered ottoman rather than a coffee table, just to bring in some more soft furnishings into that room. Yeah, so those are my inspiration images. Maybe in the next video I will have put together more precise mood boards for our exact rooms. I'm still playing around with that, but I can show you that next time. In the next video I will have the mirror for my filming room is arriving, so although I'm not prioritising that room immediately, I have ordered a mirror because it was on sale. So I've ordered a new mirror for that, so I'll show me unboxing that and hopefully setting it up. We also have the dining chairs arriving. We have the bed arriving, so we can put that up. So things will start to take place, and then hopefully maybe towards the weekend we will be able to pick out paint colours and even perhaps start painting the downstairs. So I will of course bring you along for that as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's something a little bit different, something to mix up all of my fashion content. As I said, the next video will be a fashion video, probably my Doen collection review video that I mentioned in my wishlist video. Once I've found all of my clothes and I have somewhere to film, I will try on all of my Doen pieces for you and give you some information about Doen, but there'll be lots of that as well as the interior stuff mixed in. So hopefully you enjoy both. Please subscribe if you're new here. Maybe you found this video because you like interiors content. Welcome. By the way, the house is not a new build. I know it looks like a new build because it's all been like freshly painted in off-white, but it isn't. The house was built in the 70s and it has been updated since, and kind of a few things done to it. So yeah, it's a 3-bed, it's detached, quite a nice big garden. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of potential here. And I really want to add in, as I said, a lot of personality, colour and character back in. So I hope you enjoy, I hope you stay along for the ride. Let me know what you think of my choices, if you've got any recommendations for me, wallpapers, paints, furniture, antiques, that kind of thing. And I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.